Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 31st, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning fairly early-ish, not too early, but got up, got around. I went down to the galley, got myself some fruits and some watermelon and pineapple and that, and grabbed myself a little snack. From there, headed back up, got that eating and stuff. Kind of chilled around the ship for a little bit. I was gonna go for my run, but I thought instead of running around the ship over and over again, I would just run on Bimini and enjoy some sights on foot on the island. And I would do that while my wife sat by the pool at the beach club. So didn't have much to do, just kind of waiting around for her to get up. She sleeps, and as late as I try and get her to sleep in as late as she can, because it's better for her. It's easier for her to get some more rest and whatnot. And if she's sleeping good, I let her sleep. So, but she got up, we got around, went down, got some breakfast, got her coffee. We pay for like a Splash of Romance package, which gets us a bunch of little perks like special drink events, and we get free coffee every day and a whole bunch of like free juice, fresh fruit juice and whatever and whatnot, and early boarding, all kinds of stuff. So it's worth it for the early boarding alone, because where earlier when we were doing this, we would sit outside or stand outside in line for like hour and a half, 2 hours, and I don't care what it costs. I'm done paying. I don't care what it costs to pay. I'll pay it over stand outside for 2 hours. So instead, we get there, we basically get to roll right in, and then we wait inside on nice cushy couches with air conditioning and all that fun stuff, and it's much better life to live. So yeah, went ahead and did that, and so we had got her coffee, got my juice, and then we headed off the ship. They have a trolley that like runs around. So we got off there, and usually it's a big giant trolley. I kind of have like Disney World now that holds, I don't know, 20 people per trolley, and there's 3 trolleys per car. So the one driver, 3 cars, and holds a lot. They show up with a single, like, I don't know, 8-person golf cart. I was like, this ain't gonna work. Well, that's the way with her wheelchair. It's gonna take up an entire row of the golf cart, which means they're losing 2 more people that can't go, and it's gonna suck. And I'm looking at this going like, we got 3 more trips before they get there. They're not in sight. Normally they're lined up, and so I'm a little bit annoyed by that. But in the process, we're waiting and stuff. Another golf cart went, and then a trolley showed up. So he's all able to jump on there and had room for the chair, and that worked out great. So we stopped at our first little trolley stop, and then from there hop off and we rent ourselves a golf cart, and we get a little 4-person golf cart so we can chuck the wheelchair in the back and make life a lot easier in that process. So we run around the island with the golf cart, went ahead and actually ran down to the beach club. I forgot to fill my water bottle like an idiot on the ship. So ran there, filled my water bottle up, ran back up to the other end of the island, and absolutely just beautiful, beautiful spot. Our favorite spot on the island. We hang out there for a while, smoke myself a cigar, enjoy a little bit. We head back, we stop like the straw market and hit the high street and kind of hit a few different little spots. And for the most part, Karen's staying in the golf cart. She's getting out and walking around a little bit, but for the most part, she's just sitting there and propping her leg up on the seat and enjoying the views that way. We run around the island a bit, head back to the beach club and hang out there. They got enough wooden pathways and stuff. I can wheel her around in the wheelchair and get her positioned, find her a spot in the shade right there by the pool, so it's all good to go. And then I basically hang around for a few minutes to see some of our friends, kind of let them know she's there. So if they kind of want to check on her, I'd appreciate it, kind of thing. Went and got her a drink, brought her back I'm not sure what she had, like a Miami or something, Miami Vice drink, I don't know what it is, but brought that back to her. And then I decided to change and go ahead and get my run in just to get it over with and think about it the rest of the day. So I was gonna take the cart, go down, maybe run the high road, and I thought that's just added time I don't need. I haven't ran from here ever, so I just ran from the resort and ran towards the new housing complex. They're building a lot of new, very fancy, very, very fancy properties, like helipad at the end of the properties for people to fly into their stay at their places. I think they're about $1.5 million for a 3-bedroom, vacation home. And they're starting at 1.5, and I don't think they're that nice. They're definitely not 1.5 from the pictures of them, but it's in a stunning location that comes with private security and all kinds of extra stuff, so it makes a difference. So, and you get your own landing pad for your helicopter. So it's a lot different personnel of people who are buying that property and not interacting and mixing with the locals in that process either. So yeah, went ahead from there, finished up my run, ran all the way down, back past like Kayak Beach and stuff. From there, headed back to the resort, popped in the pool a little bit, got myself rinsed off in the shower, and then hung around for a while with my wife. And then I think she had another drink there. We decided to run around the island a little more. We tried to have lunch there at the island, at the beach club, and they didn't have they ran out of chicken. They were still cooking or something. I don't know what was up with it. Normally it doesn't happen, but it did today. So ended up just eating some other stuff. She had the, not sure what it was. Whatever the fish was. She had the fish. So knocked that out. Ran around the island to get a little more, enjoying the hell out of it. And invited a bunch of people to go with us and stuff. Bumped into the people. There was a flooded street on Low Street that must have been a water pipe or something busting, so it wasn't raining really. It sprinkled some, but not enough to flood that. So it must have had a water pipe busted somewhere because it was pretty deep. Luckily, the golf cart we had was like jacked up with big tires on it. And one of the other rentals, the little stock standard height electrics, got swamped out and they had to push it out of the water. And it was definitely a rental, so I don't know how that went. So who knows? But yeah, luckily, like I said, mine's a high one, so I was able to get right through it. So we ran around, just chatting with people we see from the ship and that, chatting with some locals, hanging out, having a good time, just enjoying our day. Ended up having a second cigar over there on the lookout, just enjoying the beautiful weather. Headed back to the ship, dropped the golf cart off, loaded the chair up on his like 8-person golf cart they were using earlier, but there wasn't that much that was going back. So we ran back and couldn't find the cushion that she uses for her wheelchair. And I was like, it's got to be there, man. Like we didn't, it was on the chair, it was there, I don't know how to do it. So he runs me back to the casino where we rented the golf cart and find the pad on the old golf cart we rented. So we grab the pad real quick, pick up a few more passengers, and then run us back down to the boat. The nice thing about doing the golf cart thing instead of in the big trolley is normally the trolley drops you at the end of the port, like the dock there, and the golf cart ran us right to the front door. So we ended up having amazing. I didn't have to push the wheelchair all the way back, which was extra nice. So been realizing that pushing this wheelchair around has really been like wrecking my ankles and stuff, and been kind of tearing my calves up some, but it's really playing hell on my left wrist. My left wrist has always kind of been a little weak from falling on too many horses and crashing too many dirt bikes as a kid, but it's really been irritating me trying to push this wheelchair around with one hand. With the left hand has been really giving me fits. So we got back to the ship in time to go grab a shower, get cleaned up, headed down to dinner. Bumped into our random friends and stuff, whatnot. Tonight we're having dinner by ourselves. We didn't have a big group like we had been eating the rest of the week. So ended up pink agave, knocked out a nice little meal, had a good time. Went run around the ship a little more, went and grabbed some more booze because we have a lot of money to spend. I think we had like $600 left to spend on our sailor loot, which is money they give you when you book. The more you book, the more often you book, the more money they give you. So we had some money to spend, and we were sitting here stuff. And at dinner, my wife bought like a seafood platter upgrade with lobster and all kinds of other stuff in it. And she didn't think it was worth it. I didn't think it was worth $55 extra, but so I paid, and it's kind of free money to us, so we didn't really care. So got done there, headed over to the high street shops. Ended up buying myself a little Bovada watch, just a simple little watch, nothing too major. I think it was, I don't know, after discounts and all, it was like $350. So that knocked out a big chunk of our sailor loot, which was nice. And then we ended up going back to our room, getting changed into our Halloween costumes. We were wandering around with those and having a good time. And she did a jellyfish outfit with a bunch of light up tentacles and stuff. Because she's in the wheelchair, she kind of thought it looked like when she was floating as a jellyfish. So kind of made sense with that thought pattern of how she did that. So we knocked that out, had a good time. Ended up finding some friends of ours that wanted to help us drink our bottle of champagne. So we had a shake for champagne. You just shake your phone and then hit a button. They bring the champagne to you anywhere on the ship. So they use your Bluetooth to find out exactly where you're at. So brought us some champagne, split it up amongst everybody, just pouring champagne for everybody as we wandered around. Headed down to the big Halloween costume party at the Red Room. It's been really windy and kind of rainy off and on. And there's so much stuff they put on the deck with all the blow up inflatables and all kind of stuff. It doesn't do well in the rain, doesn't do well with high wind. So they've just been having almost everything. Pajama night, everything's been inside, and it really kind of sucks. But it's hot as hell in that room, and it's noisy as shit. You can't really get away from it. You're all just kind of packed into the room there. So we was able to head down and have a good time. My wife also lost her bracelet, ID bracelet, which is what you pay for all your stuff too, and get in your room and everything else. So I was running down trying to take care of that and get it canceled and get her a replacement one. And End up getting one of the friends like, hey, will you push her, you know, over the red room for me and stuff? He's like, absolutely, 100%, no big deal. So they ended the red room, and then I had another bottle of champagne in the room that we were not going to use that I'd offered out to anybody in our group, and had a couple who wanted it. So I told them I was going to run back and hand that off to them, and then they were hanging out in the red room. They said they'd be there for a while, and then it even got too much for them. They were overwhelmed in the noise and the just so loud and so crowded. It was funny. She said at one point David had to like basically stand like right in front of Karen's wheelchair because like guys were like just stomping there and stuff. Like one guy stepped in between her feet on the wheelchair, like on the foot pegs, and David's like, hell no. So he went and basically acted like a bouncer in the front of her. So it was pretty good. So it's great to have friends that you can rely to help take care of your, you know, bride when you're doing other things at the moment. So they left there, headed over to another bar. We all hung out, and we were just buying drinks for everybody and stuff, and just burning through our city loot, trying to burn up the rest of our money, and had ourselves a good evening. Then after that, we were all hanging out. We headed down to grab pizza, and we ended up with like, I don't know, 8 of us down there, I think it was, and just had a blast. Had so much fun. One of our friends had changed outfits, and she changed it to a Thelma outfit. I looked at Nicole, and I'm like, hey, doesn't that girl look just like Heather? And she looks at me, and she looks at the girl, and she goes, that is Heather. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? And she goes, she changed outfits. I'm like, oh shit, son of a bitch. It was so funny. So apparently the girl who looks just like Heather is actually Heather. So made it pretty, they gave me a lot of shit about that the rest of the night. So we had fun with it. But ended up down having a bunch of pizza, headed back to the room pretty late, and finally headed in to crash out for the night and get some sleep. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.